Hola, mi gente. Joe Barreto back with you at the Credit Card Connection. I'm so glad you can join me. Well, mi gente, 795, 695 for now, 395, and this is the premiere, but the Elite just came out this weekend, so I don't have the card in hand, and that would be 595. Put them all together, and you got about $2,500 in annual fees for four cards. Four cards. Break that up a month, and you're over 200 bucks a month, guys. But you have options. You can still have elevated travel. You can still upgrade your game with cards within the same ecosystem that R&Ds that I just showed you. Today, I'm going to go over the options that you have available to you right now that you can still get the job done. Maybe not as pretty, maybe not as luxurious, but you can still get the job done. If that sounds good to you, mi gente, do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe. Check out the referral links below. You're going to see my new merch on the website. You're going to see also extra wallets, which again, my favorite wallet in Wepa Red, and also with their travel bag because it's still summer, guys, and you guys want to be able to take as much luggage with you in as little space, and this does it all. Their travel bag is amazing. So let's jump into it, mi gente. So you guys already know the last couple of weeks, and actually months for that matter, prices have gone just insane, astronomical. Everyone's trying to one up each other, right? Started with, like I said before in another video, with the United Club card tying American Express at that time for $6.95. Now, what are we going to do? What are we going to do if you don't feel like paying the $7.95 for this card? And you know that the American Express Platinum card is going to pass it by at least 100, right? You're aware of that. And even Citi coming in this past weekend at $5.95, it left some people wanting because it didn't offer as much for the $5.95 as people were hoping it would. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to start first with the Sapphire Reserve. Now, full transparency, I locked in this card at 550. I'm locked in until my renewal comes up next year. Most of the benefits won't kick in until October, so I still have the old school benefits attached to it, but still, it's still Citi's most premium card in this space, right? What do? This card, in the form that I have it, gives you the $300 travel credit. It gives you better multipliers on hotels and airlines. And at this point, it was 1.5 on anything you did through the portal, which is now changed to a points boost program. So that doesn't apply anymore. But this was a solid card for many people, also with travel protections. What do you do instead? Guys, the preferred, okay, even though the points boost on the reserve can get you up to 2 points, especially on products that are Chase co-branded like Marriott and Hyatt and United, but this can still get you up to 1.75 in their portal. It's also $95, and it gets you 3 times dining. It gets you 3 times online grocery shopping. That that's the power of this card, okay? 2 times travel, and it has the protections for car rental and so on. So you could save yourself 700 bucks, get technically better multipliers on your day-to-day spend, and save 700 bucks. Now, why am I saying $700 so much? A lot of people get the premium cards because of the access that it gives them to certain things that they probably wouldn't want to pay out of pocket anyway, right? So you're kind of prepaying for these things, such as lounge access, such as a discount on a high-end hotel, or a status with a car rental, and so on. Here's my thing, guys. If you don't travel as much, does the lounge access matter at that point? even if you were taking that one trip that year, you can go into a high-end restaurant at the airport, spend $100, and you're still ahead of the game because you didn't prepay for something that you weren't going to use. Okay. And I'm not just saying this about the Chase card, I'm saying this about any premium card that's out there. So for the reserve guys, if you don't want to pay that high $7.95 annual fee, if you're not going to be able to take advantage of those credits that they're going to offer you for StubHub and so on, or the edit hotels, get yourself the preferred and save yourself $700. Next, we all know the king of the premium cards, right? And it's going to be king again price wise come October. But this one right now, the platinum sits at $695. Now, you have options with Amex. You can go the gold route or the green route. For me, the green route is the way to go. Why? Because the gold still comes in at $325. And although at first it was branded as a travel card, it really isn't a travel card. It does have, travel points that you can use on flights and hotels and so on, but it's more of a foodie card, as everybody says, and that's 4 times dining, 4 times restaurants. This card gives you 3 times on a lot of different categories, including dining out, travel, and transit. Your buses, your trains, your tolls, your parking, okay? Your flights, your hotels, 3 times. So for $150, and don't forget, this one also comes in with your Clear Plus credit to use at the airport. So that alone, that fee right now is $199. This covers that, right? The annual fee right out of the box, right? So this gives you that one benefit and perk that the platinum also gives you, which is clear credit. So if you travel, even if not that often, but if you're at a big hub like I am at Newark or in Miami or in JFK or LaGuardia and so on, or Chicago or Atlanta, using the Clear Pass lane is so much faster. So for me, if you don't want to plunk down 695, save your money and get the green at 150, because the green card will do you so much better. You're going to see your points rack up just by holding this card, because remember, other than airfare, the Amex card only gives you 1 times on everything else. The platinum card blows when it comes to multipliers. Yes, you're going to pay for status with Hilton and Marriott and Hertz and Avis and so on. But if you're not using it, if you're not doing it, the green is the way to go. Which then is going to bring me to the Venture X. Now, I'm an authorized user on this card. As you all know, I've documented that. Capital One will not give me this card. But I'm an authorized user thanks to my friend Kiki from Kiki's Adventures. So this card comes in at $395. And actually, some people recently have been saying that in their eyes and in their minds, this is no longer a premium card. It's a good catch-all card, believe it or not. Why do they say that? Because for $395, you're going to get your 2 times on everything, which is great. It used to have also a $300 travel credit that was similar to Chase's, that whatever you purchase it on, you would get it as a statement credit. Now you need to do it through the portal. The other thing now is that they nerfed the number of people that you could bring into the lounges. I mean, it was ridiculous. I didn't know how they could sustain it, but you could bring up to 4 people and then their friends and family if there was an authorized user. So your whole family of 12 can go into a lounge, which they wanted to cut back on, and that's why they nerfed that. But there's really not much else to really sink your teeth into paying $400 for this card. So what is the option? Now, again, I don't have the card that I would like to show you as the option, but that's going to be the Venture card. Why the Venture? Because the Venture card for $95 is going to give you the same 2 times multiplier. It's going to give you the same travel partners that the Venture X gives you. And you're saving yourself $300. And actually, the sign up bonuses are usually the same. Okay. Sometimes they actually give the venture card an elevated bonus like they did not too long ago, where you can get the sign up bonus for 75,000 miles. And then you had a $250 statement credit, which was huge. That's equivalent to 100,000, right? So if you're into Capital One and you don't want to spend the 395 on the Venture X, get the Venture. Even more so, if you want better multipliers just across the board in certain categories for a day to day, do yourself the favor and get the Saver. See what I did there? Do yourself a favor, get the Saver. I know. But that's Capital One. Next, the card of the moment, the card of the weekend, it was Citi's unicorn card, the Strata. So this is a Strata Premier. Now there's 3 flavors of Strata, okay? The Strata Premier was the first one that came out last year. Then about a month or two ago, they took and they named another card that's a no annual fee card and gave it the Strata name, plain Strata. No annual fee. I think it's like 20,000 points at sign up. But the multipliers are pretty solid. The problem was that they also nerfed the cash back. I think it's at 0.8 cents per point if you're going to use it for cash back. The Elite, that's basically this card, but in black, guys, came in this weekend, came out actually today as I go to record this. It is Monday, July 28th. So the 27th on Sunday. Who does a drop on Sunday? Citi does. $5.95. Now, am I going to poo-poo all over that card? No. It's a solid card for somebody that doesn't want to pay the $7.95 or pay the $6.95 and is in the Citi ecosystem, but more than anything else, uses American Airlines as their primary airlines of choice. Citi is now the only credit card that you can transfer points to into American Airlines. All right. Let that sit with you for a second. So that's theirs. That is like Chase with Hyatt, that everybody's like, oh my God, I have my Chase points because of Hyatt. This is now Citi saying, oh my God, I love American Airlines, and Citi's going to save me to be able to get the multipliers on it. They do have Priority Pass as a part of it. They do have 4 annual passes to the Admiral's Lounge for American Airlines, which is nice. But overall, the card was lacking. Their overall multiplier was 1.5 for purchases and 3 times on dining, like most people have. And on Citi nights, which is Eastern time, okay, 6 p.m. Friday till Sunday, I believe it is 6 a.m. or whatever it is. But for the weekend, you're going to get that. So, yeah, it's 6 times, and that's great. But if you're not flying American, if you're not going out dining as much like that on weekends, why pay $5.95 when you could pay $95 and get yourself a card that has travel protections, that has the same transfer partners? You can transfer points to American Airlines on this card, mi gente. Still the same one-to-one transfer partners. So that doesn't change. This one gives you 3 times dining, 3 times transit, travel, gas, okay, EV charging, and 3 times in supermarkets, which is huge. So if you think about it, for $95, this is really the workhorse of Citi's ecosystem right now. Now you have people that love the Prestige, which is still going to be available. It's not, you can't apply for it anymore, but if you have it, you could still use it. They're not discontinuing it as people thought they would. So if you don't want to pay for lounge access you're never going to use, for a Peloton credit or an Equinox credit that you're never going to use, or a StubHub credit, or the Edit Hotels or the FHR or whatever else, and you want solid cards that offer you protections, offer you some sort of better multipliers on day-to-day spend, you can't go wrong with, and I'm going to go over them again, the Sapphire Preferred instead of the Reserve, the American Express Green instead of the Platinum, the Venture card instead of the Venture X, and the Citi Strata Premier instead of the Citi Strata Elite card. So, mi gente, you have options. Do what's good for you and not what you think is going to be good for you because you saw somebody talk about it, on YouTube, or you read something on Reddit, and this is the latest and greatest card. Guys, save your money. Again, if you want to go to the airport and have that little bit of luxury for that one trip you took, spend 100, save hundreds by doing that. All right, mi gente, do me a favor. Let me know your thoughts on that. Let me know if you've downgraded any cards because of the high annual fees. Let me know your thoughts on whether these cards are really a true option for you. As always, I thank you for being here, but more than anything else, mi gente, I thank you for giving me the privilege of your time. Until next time, mi gente, take care.